fourth graders, and welcome back. I'm Mrs. Lamondo here to bring you our Fontes and Pinnell mini lesson of the day. Today we're going to focus on two mini lessons in one. So let's start with LA U21 lesson 3. So for the past few lessons, we've been discussing books that are fantasy. We've read both Westlandia and Night of the Gargoyles. So let's think back to the two fantasy books we've heard so far, Westlandia and Night of the Gargoyles. Are there elements of these books that could not happen in the real world? So we're trying to brainstorm things that absolutely could not happen. It's quite a bit to choose from. Fantasy stories cannot happen in the real world. Westlandia and Night of the Gargoyles could not happen in real life. In Night of the Gargoyles, statues cannot come to life. In Westlandia, magic seeds cannot fly and plant themselves. When you read today, think about whether the genre of your book is fantasy. Remember, a fantasy book is a story including elements that are impossible, such as talking animals or magical powers. Let's also move into our next mini lesson to discuss setting. This is LA U21 lesson 4. So let's think about the setting in Westlandia and Night of the Gargoyles. How is the setting important to the stories? Could these settings be real? Remember, the setting is where the story takes place. Where do Westlandia and Night of the Gargoyles take place? Fantasy stories can be set in the real world or a completely imagined world. In Westlandia, Wesley's house could be real, but Wesley's magic garden is imagined and could never be real. The setting is important to the story because the magic garden helps Wesley solve his problem. What about Night of the Gargoyles? Where did that story take place? Do you remember from our read aloud? The setting was a place that actually exists. But remember, fantasy books include elements that are pure fantasy, could not happen in real life. If you read a fantasy book today, please notice what part of the setting is imagined and what part could be real. All right, fourth graders, that's all for today. Until next time, I'll see you then. Bye.